your little boy's kidneys haven't formed properly. Probably not going to survive the pregnancy. It was really shit. It hit hard home, like straight away. You need to make a choice whether you want to carry on with this. Get onto the ladder, come down to the ground floor, and the ladder just slips completely. So I fell 4 meters and landed on my arse and broke my back in 3 places. I ended up getting a bill for, it was like 30,000 quid or something in counter charges. So I've been hit with this bill and I'm like, oh my God. So they're not going to pay me and I'm popping codeine like there's no tomorrow.
The worry of letting people down, not bringing the money in, the effect it's going to have on your family. And this is the stress that people don't see and don't understand.
Yeah, I ended up developing basically an obsessive compulsive disorder where you pull your own hair out. And like, it's just mad. Like you feel like it's just, you're choosing to end something that's just that you want so bad.
Right then, new episode, Trade Legends podcast, and it's one that a guest that I've wanted to get on for ages. Theo Webster, Electrical Services, is that right?
That's the one.
Right, cool. We haven't had an electrician on for a while, so before we get going into it, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, drop into the comments, let us know what you think, because the guests we've got coming up, including tonight's guest, really good. So we'll get into it. Theo, welcome to the podcast. We've been trying to get this arranged for a long time, and I finally pinned you down a couple of weeks ago. We was on a shoot together, weren't we?
Yeah.
And Al messaged me, seen that we was on the shoot, and he was like, oh, we need to get Theo on the podcast. So I literally grabbed you and went, right, let's get you booked in there and then. So we did. We're here, ready to go. How are you? All good?
I'm very good, yeah.
You had a good week?
It's been okay.
You've been a quiet week, haven't you?
Quiet week, yeah, because I've basically not been home for about 4 months. Just been working all over the UK.
So you're North Devon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't work around your area?
I did for a long time, and then like contacts I've made and businesses I've worked with sort of led me further away.
Because you are, every time I see you, you're out and about. You're not North Devon, you're Middlesbrough or London or wherever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get onto that. We'll get onto how your whole business takes you up and down the country. But before we get going, let's start by taking you back how you got into the industry. As you've seen Trade Legends, we know how it works. We sort of take you back, find out how you got into it, a little bit of a backstory, and then I know full well that you've got a lot of things that we're going to discuss in this podcast is going to be important for the trades, important for people within the trades, stuff that you want to talk about, and then we've got other stuff that you're going to want to listen to this one, basically. So yeah, take us back to the start, mate, and how you got into it.
Well, like most kids, at school, you get your 2 weeks work experience, and one of my older brothers is a plumber.
Good man.
And terrible life choice, if you ask me. And I've never been very academic, not really. Like now, I quite try and push myself that way, but at the time, very much hands-on. Didn't want to go and didn't want to go to university and college and do all that rubbish. So I was like, I'll try a trade. My brother seemed to really enjoy what he was doing, and so I did a week working for a plumbing company, a week for an electrical company. It was just bad luck, I think. The week when I went with the plumbing firm, it was all like really disgusting.
That's every week, mate. It's every week.
And I was just like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
They could not pay me enough to do that. Yeah. So I'll go and do the clean work with the electricians.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and really liked it. The company that I did my work experience with, it was a really good bunch of guys. So I thought, roll on a year, and I was coming up to the end of school, and I applied for apprenticeships.
Are you living in Devon at this point?
Yeah.
You are born and bred in Devon.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that I wanted to sort of
I still live in the same town where I grew up.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and applied for apprenticeships, and I was just lucky enough that I got one. So I did my last exam, and literally the next day didn't do the whole break before college, and I was just literally straight into work. Yeah.
So is there much? For some reason, I think of like Devon, Cornwall areas are quite sparse.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of work down that way? Because we'll get onto it later on, because you work all around the country. So it just makes me think, well, why do you not work specifically down there?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's a huge area.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of greenland. Yeah. It's very open, a lot of big open spaces. But there does seem to be like this really dense population of tradespeople.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but like for me personally, in my, within a 50-mile radius, massive amount of competition.
Right.
Like, huge, yeah. So, and the type of work you're looking at down there is different as well. Like when you come to Birmingham, London, all that, you've got this huge commercial, large scale projects. You don't see those very often down there. They are few and far between, and that's what I like. I like something big and meaty I can get myself stuck into.
Yeah.
And you've got too many people fighting over it. It's almost impossible to get.
Yeah. It just makes you think, how are all them tradespeople in the same industry surviving in such a condensed area of work?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's hard. It's like feast and famine sometimes.
Yeah.
I have been very lucky, touch wood, that I've had 10 pretty good years, to be honest. So
yeah.
But
so you've done your apprenticeship. You got your apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So the company that you're working for, how long was you with them for? Then?
So I bit of a strange one. So to get my apprenticeship, you had to have you already had to have your level 2.
Okay.
So this is 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 32 now. I know it doesn't look it.
Boyish good looks.
And so you had to have your level 2, but I didn't have that. Obviously, I was just finishing school, but the college, they were desperate to fill places. They could not get enough people on this apprenticeship scheme. So they said, right, you can come on, but you're gonna have to do your level 2 at the same time.
Right.
As doing the actual level 3 apprenticeship. So that was a lot of work. It was it was properly full on. But yeah, so I did that, got my apprenticeship, did the level 2 and level 3, and I smashed it all out in 3 years. So by the time I was 19, I was fully qualified, ready to go.
Yeah.
So that was all for the same company.
Okay.
At the same time. Yeah, a company called WH Buckingham in South Molton. Really good firm, great bunch of guys.
Big company, was it?
There was about, I think when I was there, I would say maybe 10 to 12 electricians.
Oh, okay. Fair size then.
Yeah, big for where I am.
Yeah.
Big for where I am, yeah. And I was there for another 12 months. And one reason or another, I ended up falling out with the boss.
Okay. Right.
We won't go into that.
Okay.
And,
I was looking at you then as if to go, can we? No, we can't. Yeah, it's fine.
And it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was something really stupid, but I stood my ground on it, and I was just like, literally the next day.
Fair play, because you would have been, what, 20 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 20
fair
years
play
old,
to
yeah. And basically he spoke to me in a bad way.
Right.
And I was like, I don't really need to stand for that. And I went in the next day, handed my notice in, and he was like, is this because of yesterday? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That takes some balls for a 20-year-old who's fresh out their time and you've been with the company as an apprentice and you're just finding your feet and you just, at 20 years old, you're still learning your life skills.
So what I did was I made some big moves that night. And there was a plumbing and heating firm that we did a lot of work for.
Right.
And where my brother worked.
Okay.
And we did all their electrical work. So the company I worked for, we did all their electrical work. And I called up the boss and I said, look, we're already doing everything for you. I said, why don't you just employ me?
No.
Yeah, I know. What a bad man.
He went gorilla. Did you?
Yeah. And the next Monday I started for him as his. So it was great.
Do you know what though? There's something quite amicable. It's not the done thing, and
I was surprised he said yes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It was worth a shot though. But.
Yeah, he's gone from a company. I assumed that company had worked for him for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So for him to take a punt on you, a 20-year-old lad, having the balls to ring up to go, look, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah,
and he's gone, yeah, right. I bet you like shit.
Don't get me wrong. He was like. He paid me actually better than what I was at the electrical company, but it was still rubbish money.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, North Devon, its own little ecosystem. You're going to expect you're not earning as much as you are across the rest of the country.
Yeah.
And, so I managed to convince this guy to, take me on and
So was there a lot of work for this guy then?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, so he had like 12 to 13 gas, heating engineers and bathroom fitters.
And just you now doing the electrics?
Yeah, and then, but I was, we discussed it on the basis that, my role would be a little bit diverse in the sense of, we're not going to have electrical work all the time for you, so are you happy to do this and this? And I was like, yeah, because I want to learn. I want to,
He's hungry for it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a practical person. I want to learn to do this other stuff. And I did. So then, over the course of the next 2 years, I did all sorts of stuff and I loved it. It was actually probably the best, the best job I've ever had.
Really?
Hands down, yeah, because, one day I'll be off with the guy Tony and we were fitting wood burners.
Yeah.
And that was great because there was so many different elements to that, and learning loads about that. And then I'll be off with my brother, which was weird, working with him all the time. But we actually got quite close at the time. And, we fit in, I was doing tiling and
Just doing a bit of everything then.
Yeah, and it was great. But, obviously for the most of the part, still doing the electrical work. And I was pricing my own electrical work. We were doing the invoicing for the electrical work. So it was like, suddenly I'm learning loads of different aspects of the business side of it as well.
Yeah.
And, it was just a great stepping stone for me.
So how long was you with them for?
So, literally 2 years.
2 years.
So and then.
So you was getting your sort of fingers in all the pies there and building up this sort of building up more knowledge and confidence because you come straight out of that into that.
Do you know, at the time though, I don't think I really appreciated it at all.
Right.
Like I was like fully immersed in it and I was taking it all in, but I don't think I realised how much of an opportunity that was for me and what it gave me. I valued it a lot. I do now. I value it massively because it gave me so much.
Do you still see the guy from that company?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still see him?
Yeah. My brother worked there for nearly 20 years.
Right.
And he only left in the last 18 months.
Right.
But yeah, they're a great company. They were very much the same as the company I worked for initially. It was the dad that started the business and then the sons had taken over. They probably were the same sort of age, the businesses, from like 1975.
Right.
And so just good, wholesome family businesses.
So you did your couple of years there, then
I decided
you've got hunger for it. I'd say.
Yeah. So,
like,
so while I'm there, so you're talking 20.
Doing the maths now.
Yeah.
Work out. You've already said how old you are. Work it out.
I started there in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I was there until 2016. So in that time, I have my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm young. I'm 21 years old, very young. My wife, or my girlfriend at the time, well, I don't know what she would have been. Yeah, girlfriend, was 18. We barely knew each other.
Right.
If I'm completely honest, it was like straight in the deep end. Things happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've now.
So 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
My daughter is now 6 months old.
Okay.
Well, no, a bit older than that, 8 months old. And I've gone, do you know what? I was doing so much private work. I could have had my own business.
Right.
And I'm talking like any spare hour.
Just
I was
grafting
working
all the time.
All the time. I'm doing like.
Was that necessary, or was it because you just wanted to work?
A little bit of both.
Because you're supporting, obviously, your missus and your child
exactly,
and whatnot.
My girlfriend didn't work, and she was raising my daughter. So, yeah, it was a certain element of necessity to it to, make sure we got enough money. Because, like I said, I wasn't being paid very much. Yeah. I think I was on £10 an hour or something like that at 21 years old, whatever it was.
So you was just getting as much as you can in?
Yeah.
Not saying no?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I've always had that attitude, though, with work. I'm terrible with it. I don't think that ever changes, but... And, and I'm rewiring 8-bedroom houses over weekends.
On the side?
It was like full on.
Oh, so you're not doing like a little outside socket or cooker, you're doing proper jobs?
I was doing decent sized jobs and I just thought, do you know what? One, I can't keep doing this. And two, I'm actually making better money doing that. So why don't I just freaking do it? And I spoke to him about it, my old boss, and I said, I think I've hit a point now where I'm hungry. I want something more for myself. I'm ready. I want to do it. I was not ready. I was 22. Yeah. And I was about to get married. I got an 8-month-old daughter. Like, there were so many things. And I
Work coming out your ears.
Yeah, I look back and I think, my God, it was like the worst possible time to do it. To suddenly go from having a fixed income to nothing with all these other things
with that,
on.
Having that many people relying on you.
It was crazy, yeah. But I did it. I took the plunge. He was really good about it. Tim was, my old boss. He's like, I knew this was coming. I could see it in you with the way you worked with us and everything. I could see you were hungry for it and you were going to do this. So we want to keep using you as well. So you go self-employed. You're going to basically just carry on doing
contract to them. Yeah,
just what I did. It was really, it come around full circle. It was weird, I was suddenly back working for them again.
Earning proper money now.
Externally, yeah, earning better money. And you know, and admittedly, I wasn't then doing all the other bits, which I really
Yeah.
enjoyed doing. But I picked that up again later on in my career. So yeah, 22 years old, went self-employed, and I had a fully booked calendar for 6 months, ready to go before I'd even bought a van or anything.
Oh, okay.
It was like I was ready.
Yeah.
I'd really set myself up for it. Just really fortunate in that sense, and yeah, just literally quit on Friday. Did my 2 weeks notice. The next, that Monday, then I was out on my own. Bought a van, and it was an absolute piece of.
Oh, the first ones always are. I remember mine was an absolute heap.
But
it's your van. It's your business then.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when I first got my first van when I went on my own, coming out that morning, seeing your name on the side of the van. You're like, it's the shittiest, rustiest transit you can find, but it's mine, and that's my business. Yeah.
It is cool. It was like that. Though.
Yeah, there's something.
Like you say, having your name on it. It's like.
I even now I come out and I go, that's my business.
Yeah.
You got a massive van with your name on it. It's just nice. Some people don't like the kit, but I think it's a big thing to have your name on your van.
I think so, yeah. And I've had a lot of criticism for that over the years. People say like, "Oh, you should have," especially when I entered the commercial world later on.
Oh, okay.
They're like, having a name, your name as your business is not a good idea.
Yeah.
It's almost
if you want to scale your business.
Absolutely, yeah. It's too personal. And that would be my advice to people. If that's your intentions, don't have your name as your business. Go for
because your business isn't going to get bought out with your name on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Although I've got an opinion on that as well. And any business that goes up for sale, it's so hard to value a business because it is based on the people that are in it.
Yeah.
So if you're leaving it, that changes the dynamic completely. And all you're selling really is a bunch of phone numbers.
Yeah.
That probably won't call you back anyway because the people they liked working with are no longer there.
Yeah, they like dealing with you. Yeah.
That's
so
something else
when did
entirely.
you scale your business to the size it is now? Is this a straightforward journey or not?
No. God.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm small again now.
Yeah.
It's just me and one other
Yeah,
guy.
but you did go really big.
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah. So I very quickly, after going self-employed, I'd say within a year, I took on an apprentice. He was a slightly older. I think he was 20 or something like that. So he wasn't, straight out of school. And he was with me for 4 years then. Took him to being qualified. But during that time as well, we slowly started growing. We were always really busy, and we got in with builders that were doing like massive builds.
Still in your local area?
Yeah, this was all local. Yeah, all local. I did the odd thing away, but not really. And so that's what are we talking now? 2016. I've gone self-employed. Yeah, over the next sort of 3 years, a lot happens. Just all very sort of small work, mostly domestic. We're picking up the odd commercial job, like a light commercial unit or something. And then you're sort of rolling into the COVID era.
Yeah. Still with the missus.
Yeah,
Little one's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Everything's, you're grafting every hour God sent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, massively. Yeah. It's like, it's really difficult, like I said, my daughter would have been 3 or 4 at that point, and it is hard to get a balance on that.
Yeah. Because you don't want to miss out on them years of her growing up.
Yeah, you don't. But at the same time, it's, again, like I said, where I am, it's feast or famine with work. So you are.
If you don't say no, someone else is flying straight in there.
And we all know, when in the self-employed environment, yes, it might only be a little job, and it's going to take you an hour of an evening. So you might not see my daughter that evening because I've had to go and do that little job. But those little jobs do lead to big jobs.
Yeah, I always say that.
It does. You cannot take that for granted. You cannot just not go and do.
You don't know whose plug you're sorting out or board you're changing. He might have 20 properties.
Absolutely, yeah. I've actually had that. We've done a small job for someone, and then we've ended up doing 26 rewires, bathroom and kitchen renovations for them.
Off the back of that?
Off the back of it, yeah. So it's like, it's crazy. But COVID era, that's sort of coming in. Everyone's panicking, thinking, oh my God.
Yeah.
Obviously you've got this massive, the health side of things and everything that's going on, but like work, like, oh my God, people are going to stop spending? What's going to happen?
Panics, wasn't it?
And I think the trades hit, everyone felt it differently. But for us, it just skyrocketed. It just took off completely.
It was a swing, wasn't it, trade-wise? And a lot, just in general, you was either on your arse and done, or you was living the dream. Yeah. As bad as that is in that era.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and it was, obviously as construction workers, you were told you're a key worker.
Yeah.
You're essentially, we are, because construction is an economy and it runs the British economy.
Yeah.
I'll argue with people about that all the time. It's a massive, money spinner for the country, massive. And yeah, I just got so lucky. A contact I knew, he always priced a lot of big work, and I'd actually worked for him on the lead up to COVID. And actually, as COVID hit, I was subcontracting to him on a massive network rail job, and he just really took a shine to me. He saw the way I worked and methodical with this and how I deal with people and everything else. And he offered me a contract that he'd won, which was doing 220 bedrooms of student accommodation.
Wow.
So he just said, look, we've got this. It was a part of a bigger project. It was 1,200 bedrooms in total. So he'd got a sixth of the site essentially. And he said, yeah, we've won this. I want you to do it for me. So you give me a price to do it. So I priced it, which is
again, you're learning that, aren't you? Where'd you start?
Do you know, I get asked that all the time, like how about price. How do you price?
How do you learn to price?
Realistically, the bloody hard way, by making mistakes and losing money.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to lose money. I know it's a nightmare, but that's what those little jobs are for. If you want to scale a business, you can afford to lose 100 quid or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's going to set you up massively for when you do get these big breaks, when you're talking hundreds of thousands of pounds or millions of pounds that you've learned from little mistakes, because those little mistakes are relevant on the big thing.
Yeah, it's just scaling it up.
Scaled, exactly. It's like, 220 bedrooms of student accommodation, but that's 220 bedrooms. They're all identical. So just look at it as one bedroom and just multiply.
Yeah.
Right? It's very simple.
It is as simple as that.
And then you've got the corridors and the kitchen, lounge, diners and everything else that goes into it. But so got this massive break. I gave him a quote for it. We had a little bit of tweaking around, as they do. Everyone sees the opportunity, so they make an extra couple of grand here or whatever. And we got it. So almost overnight, I had me and my apprentice Morgan, and it was like, oh my God.
How are we going to cope with this?
This is huge. Well, Morgan barely set foot there. He just carried on doing my local work.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's almost qualified at this point. And it was like, right, you can keep doing the work. He was very competent. And I'll come back, we'll sign things off and we'll keep it all going. So I'm working like an absolute mentalist, trying to keep up with everything. So I'm then suddenly I'm employed, I'm bringing up all my mates. Anyone who's an electrician, I'm because
anyone who hadn't, come on,
but
throw cables in.
It was COVID, so all these companies, loads of big businesses had literally gone, nah, we're just going to furlough everybody.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it was like just picking who I wanted.
Yeah.
And some guys had been made redundant. A lot of companies took it as an opportunity, okay, we can actually scale things back a bit and get control of finances and this and whatever else. We'll cut a load of people off. And so I took in I think it was 6 people straight away. Six electricians straight away, boom. From me and an apprentice, suddenly there's 6 of them, and then within the next 2 months...
All on the payroll or self?
No, they're all subcontracting.
Okay,
so they're all full-time subcontracting. Yeah, Christ, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't make moves like that. Yeah. That would have been crazy. So they're all making good money. Bear in mind, just a few years before, I was only being paid £10 an hour, and then I've got these lads and they're working for me, and I was paying them, during COVID, I think I was paying them £21 an hour or something. And then over the course of the next 2 months, ended up taking on another 6 electricians and a labourer as well. So it was suddenly...
So you got a big gang there.
13 of them, and it was flipping heck. It was...
So but that comes with pressures as well, doesn't it? You've got to manage them people, because they're just going, Theo, what am I doing? Where do you want me?
That was the biggest thing, because I was always good at managing people, but suddenly I realised, oh my God, I've got this massive issue, because I'm trying to work myself as well. I love being on the tools. I was young, I was 25, 26, and I'm keen, I love what I'm doing, I can visualise the whole project. I've got a really strange mind in that sense. I can visualise this enormous thing in my head. I know exactly what needs to go where and everything, and then suddenly I've got these 13 pests now.
Yeah.
Coming up to me every 20 minutes.
Theo,
what do you want me to do? Oh my God. You're but bear in mind, other than I think, so 2 of the lads were my age, the labourer was younger, everybody else was older.
Right.
Quite a bit older. And I'm flipping it, can you not think for yourself?
Yeah.
But apparently not.
As soon as they've got someone to fall on, they will.
It's flipping it. So I babysitting people for ages. And don't get me wrong, some of them were great, some of them weren't so great. And at the same time, I appreciate now that they, they could probably see that the stresses I had and the responsibility. So they wanted to make sure it was done in the way I wanted it, because then, 'cause at the end of the day, the final comeback comes on me, and that can come with a massive financial, burden if you're not careful. So
did this take you all the way through COVID then?
Yeah, so we did that for, I don't know, it depends how long you think of COVID.
Well, yeah, true. But you have a good run at that. Got it done.
I think we were there for 18 months. Yeah. Okay. 18 months with a team like that, and it was just
so when you're seeing that coming to an end, then where are you? You got 13, 14 guys.
Now, again, that's another reason why I kept them as subcontractors, because it was like, I've got the flexibility. And so if at any point, if something comes up or they want to go on the books somewhere, they can leave. It was pretty straightforward that way for everybody. But yeah, coming to the end of the project, and that's when things started going a little bit.
Are you beginning to think, we're coming to the end where
you start panicking? Because I've made good relationships with all of these guys as well, and I'm like really easygoing. Like, anyone who's ever worked for me has always said that. They're like, we like working with you because you're easygoing. You like, I expect a certain amount from people, but I don't push it. And I want people to be happy at work and be paid well and everything else. And so I'm panicking a little bit. I'm thinking, oh my God, we need. I'd love to keep all these guys in work, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I had a couple of other big jobs that we priced, so I'm sort of waiting to hear back from them. So I priced a big hotel, and I was almost banking on that to come in, and then we lost out on that by a really small margin,
right?
Because someone closer was able to beat us by 10,000 quid or whatever. It was a big job though, big job. And I'm honest with my lads. I'm honest. I'm like, look, this is happening. So this is your chance. Start looking for. I'm talking like 3 months on the lead up to the end. If you get an opportunity, take it. Because I can't guarantee anything for you. And they did, and slowly we sort of whittled things down, and almost to my own detriment toward the end, because suddenly it's like the last. What did I have? The last two lads that were there permanently got onto one job together. And they just went.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God. And then literally that same week, we were almost finished, so I wasn't too bothered. We were right at the end of the project, and then I get a document from the QS on site, and it's a snag list.
Oh no!
Right, and I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. And I've got a week. Was it a week or 2 weeks left to complete this project? And bear in mind, everyone on the site is super stressed at this point as well, because
everyone's got the snag list.
The whole project has overrun.
Right.
And it's million. The whole project, I think, was 220 million quid. There's penalty clauses set up in place for me, for everybody. The main contractor, they were on £2 million a week penalty clause. So because it was student accommodation, you've got kids literally waiting to move in.
Yeah, them terms times are just going to start.
And they're paying £825 a week for these little box rooms. Serious money. It's ridiculous. So hence the massive penalty clauses. So I get this document as 400 pages.
No.
400 items.
Yeah.
Not 400 pages. 400 items that needed snagging. And at this point, I'm basically there on my own. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this?
And are you panicking at this point then? You are?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because, at this point, they owe me a lot of money still. Yeah. And there's loads of other things going on. And they're trying to find counter charges left, right, and centre, because they're losing money on the project.
They want out. They want to get their money back off you.
Yeah, they're making huge losses because they've had loads of issues throughout the whole project. So they're trying to claw it all back. So they're hitting you with cleaning charges. You've not cleaned up just some small stuff in a corridor.
Standard electrician, isn't it?
250 quid charge straight away just to get a labourer in there for 10 minutes to clean it up.
Yeah.
So you're battling that constantly. Throughout the whole project that was anyway. And then they want to hit you with late fees. They want to hit you with this. They want to hit you with that, and that all very quickly adds up. So you're trying to fight fire constantly, as well as actually finish the project.
Yeah,
and it's mad. So I literally did 7 days where I didn't really go home. I just slept in the van.
Wow.
Went home a couple of nights, and I just did ridiculous hours and worked my way through this snagging document. I think on the weekend, my dad actually came down and helped me.
Yeah,
just to get it done, because it's it really was like squeaky bum time. If I missed that freaking deadline, I can't remember what the clauses were, but I was taking massive losses. And yeah, I did it, finished it all in a week. So I still had a week's window. And I remember walking in there and like handing the keys in and this document with all the photographic evidence that I'd completed it and all that. And I was like, yep, there we go. And they're all looking at me like, no fucking way.
Walked out like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but the thing was, like, I had, throughout the 18 months, I had 3 site managers from this main electrical firm. The last one I got on with, the first one was only there for a couple of months, but the guy that I had for the majority of the project did not like me.
Right.
I don't know why. Don't know what I'd done to upset him. But my God, he made my life a living hell the entire time. And so I was really happy with myself.
Yeah.
When I went in there and just handed this
fuck
in.
you, mate. There you go.
Massive fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, wicked.
And and bear in mind they hadn't finished their blocks as well, and they ended up getting penalised. The main electrical contractor ended up getting penalised for like 1.2 million or something like that.
So that stressful end to that, did it have any repercussions then, the stress of that job, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, so I'm still, at this point, I'm still waiting for money, right? So you've got the main contractor, the main electrical and mechanical contractor, and then this guy that I've taken the job off of, yeah? So I'm 4th person in line, right? That's a massive risk for me, right? Anybody will know that.
Yeah.
The lower down the line you are, that is really
You'll be
risky.
the fall guy at the end.
Absolutely, yeah. And I was by far the smallest contractor on the whole of the site as well. I was doing 1/6 of it for the electrical, but I was I was small faced massively. And
did you ever think you was out your depth?
No, because I was so ready for it.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Like I look back now and I think, my God, like why the hell did I take that on? Because it was just so big. And I think it's just so easy to look at something on a plan and just be like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then you get
like you said, it's just that room times that many.
Easy.
Could possibly go wrong.
And I don't know. I don't really know what was going through my mind at that time. I just saw it as a massive opportunity to do something that I really wanted to do and something I knew I was capable of doing, and just like sort of show myself really more than anything else that I can do that. And we did, but then it sort of come to the end and suddenly it's all come out, the main contractor's been hit with £8 million in charges by the university, and it's all filtered down, and I end up getting a bill for it was like 30,000 quid or something in counter charges.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, you owe us 33,000 quid.
Have you had your final payment at this page?
No.
Okay.
So
you're paid up to this point.
Yeah. We've been paid up to a certain extent, and there's a final payment to come. It was I don't know, like 60,000 quid or something like that. And so I've been hit with this bill, and I'm like, oh my God. So they're not going to pay me, or they're not going to pay the guy that I'm working for. He takes his cut, and then I'm not going to get paid until he gets paid, sort of thing. And so we fight the counter charges. I go back to them with an email saying, look, some of this is justified. There's a few things that are. So I'll pay you 6,000 quid. I'll give you 6,000 quid, and we can make this all go away. And then obviously they come back and go, no.
Yeah.
So it all goes to like mediation or court or whatever, I don't know what.
But again, it's dragging it out, isn't it?
Dragging it all out, dragging out the whole
you.
process. Meanwhile, they've all got these massive bills looming over their heads, which they can't afford to pay. And so everybody's struggling at the top end. And at the bottom end, we're really struggling because I've got freaking lads that I still had to pay and everything else. I owed money to a couple of the lads because I was waiting for this money, and and wholesalers and everything else. And and sure enough, it gets dragged out and ends up settling on 10,000 quid. So we pay them the £10,000, at which point they're supposed to release the payment, and freaking main electrical contractor goes bust.
Oh God, no.
So they owed my man whatever it was they owed him, and then obviously I'm still owed that 60,000 quid, and it was like, what the hell? So he ends up going bust, the guy who I was working for, because he was owed, I don't know, 70 at this point. So his little cut was 10,000 quid or whatever was left on that last payment, and I got absolutely diddly squat.
So how old are you at this point?
20. Well, at the end of that project, I'd be probably 27, I think.
Okay, so you've done that. You've got your give or take 60 grand down.
Yeah.
You owe in a couple of you guys some money. You just stressed, massively stressed.
Yeah.
So how is that translating to everyone around you and everything like that? And
I keep it all to myself very much.
Right.
Yeah, I ended up developing. What is it called? I forget the name of it now. Tricholochomania, something like that. So it's basically an obsessive compulsive disorder where you pull your own hair out.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay.
I assume you've got it too.
I've had it for years, mate. But they do. I know people that do the eyelashes and stuff, don't they? And
Some people do it really subtly.
It's a release, isn't it?
But you don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right, but mate, my head was bad. I'm pretty happy with how my hair looks now, and this is only in the last maybe 6 to 12 months that it's come back. It's been bad for a long time.
But even that has a knock-on effect of your self-esteem, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, but exactly. It ends up then affecting you in other ways.
Yeah.
Because you end up seeing. I've always had, for the last as long as I can remember, I've always had skin fades because I can't have my hair available there, like visible, because it's just awful and it makes me feel so self-conscious.
Yeah.
And so I developed that, and like obviously in my home life, my wife, what she was at the time, was like aware that things were going a bit peak.
Did she not know the full extent of it then?
No.
And that's you as not as the typical man, because that's the wrong.
We didn't communicate very well.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's the wrong way of doing it. You're bottling it because you don't want to burden that on your family, your missus.
Of course not. Yeah, I'll find a way out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always been really resourceful.
That's the point where that hole begins to get deeper and deeper.
Of course it does. Yeah, because you suddenly have got wholesalers that are threatening you with CCCJs or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, right? Suddenly this is the problem now. And my only saving grace was that the government did the bounce back loans.
Right. Okay. Of course.
And I took a bounce back loan. So I essentially put myself in debt
with the government
to get myself out of these, to help everyone else. I wanted to make sure, and myself, obviously, I wanted to make sure the lads got paid and the wholesalers got paid, because I need to maintain a good relationship with them.
Yeah.
Because I need to work with them going forward.
Yeah.
So I can't, they can, luckily a couple of the wholesalers are small local ones, and they will, it's more personal. It's not like if you're working, with a massive wholesaler, whether it's just cutthroat, you're just a number, it doesn't matter. I know these guys on a personal level, so so I had to deal with all that, and so I put myself in debt essentially with this bounce back loan, which is nearly gone, thankfully. But it's like, the interest was like really, really low. So it's like,
a lot of people took them because it was you was never going to get a loan for that much money with that interest. If you didn't, you should have done.
I just wish I was able to take it under different circumstances.
Yeah.
It would have been, my life would be very different. But instead, I had to take it to
get yourself out of the shit.
Almost, I didn't even level myself off. I had to work. I had to graft, like seriously graft, to get myself on a level.
Yeah. But it was a way out.
It was, and it meant, my business kept going. Everyone got paid, and it was just horrendous.
So after that, then, so. Not to brush that out of the way, but you've got out of that sticky situation. You've paid off who you need to pay off, and you're ready to go again, so to speak. So where's the next step then? Where'd you go from there?
Bloody hell. I can't remember exactly. I seem to remember I got lucky and I started running a contract for someone else. Just purely subcontracting, so I was being paid an hourly rate to run this job, and it was 2 hours away from where I lived, and I saw it as like a money grab, really. The job was interesting, I liked the contractor, but they were like, we'll pay you door to door, just come and run this project for us and work on it as well, just make sure it all runs smoothly, because we haven't got anyone who's able to cope with this sort of thing and all that. And so I did that, and I was just taking it for as much money as I could. Yeah. I was working, don't get me wrong. I was eurning the money.
You was probably just I need to get my money back in.
So I'm doing 4.5 hours of driving a day, paid at like 35 quid an hour, or whatever I was getting from them. Plus I was doing 12 hours on site. Shit. So really long days. Yeah. I'm getting home, straight to bed, straight up, driving again, getting to site for 7 o'clock. So I'm leaving the house at freaking, 4:45 every morning, getting up there, and it was just really full on. But it was, again, helped me get out of a hole, and I learned a lot on that as well. I made some good contacts through that. But did that, and then I've not since that project. I made a promise to myself I'd never take on a job worth more than £500,000. Yeah, because don't get me wrong, that's still big scary numbers, but once you're above that, you're in the realms of the unknown, and realistically, the control is completely taken out of your hands.
Yeah,
And
you're just at the bottom, ain't you?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, we've done some decent jobs. We did a job 18 months ago that was worth 300,000 quid, and that's it went really well. Client was happy. The job was amazing to work on. But yeah, just try and keep it manageable, and yeah, it's been a strange journey.
So that's been like so up to now then. So that's near on 10 years self-employed.
Yeah, I've been self-employed. Yeah, nearly 10 years. Yeah.
And what else has happened within that 10 years? Then you've got 3 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Christ, yeah. So 3 years ago, I had 3 lads working for me on a site. It was a domestic project. I'd brought them in. I had a job that we were about to start a big commercial project. It was conversion of a large chicken shed into commercial units. So I was loading up ready for this start date of this project. So I've got 3 lads on with me that used to work with me on the big project, and we're just doing this big house renovation. It's completely gutted. They've put in some new floors, so it's all like ladder access everywhere and all this sort of stuff. And it's on a Friday, and I say to the lads, get off. It's 5 o'clock. Go home. I'll see you Monday. Yeah, it's all good. And I'm sort of having a quick look around site, making sure there's no tools left out, getting everything sort of tidied up a little bit, because the client's really a little bit pernickety about things. So I'll make sure I keep them happy. And I get onto the ladder to come down to the ground floor, and the ladder just slips completely. And I end up spinning in the air, and I fell 4 meters and landed on my arse and broke my back in 3 places.
Broke your back?
Yeah.
And what, you just lying there?
Yeah.
Can you remember much from that?
Yeah, I remember it all.
Yeah.
So I was awake the entire time. I heard my back break.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's weird. You don't feel it initially because like adrenaline is really quick.
Yeah.
From what I understand about it, it like hits your body really, really quickly. And I remember hitting the floor, and then like falling back, hitting my head on the floor, and then suddenly the world just comes rushing in. Like, I'm not even joking. Like the whole falling thing, people say it goes in slow motion. It really does. Like, I really remember falling through there and thinking, "Holy fuck!"
Really?
Yeah. Like, this is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I got no idea what's about to happen, but it's gonna be bad. And then hit the floor.
You heard it break?
Yeah. Yeah, surprisingly loud actually. Like,
wow, yeah, I bet it was, mate.
Yeah. Bear in mind, I'm in an empty house.
Yeah.
There's nothing else going on. We were right down the end of a terrace. There's no passing traffic, anything like that. So the world come crashing back in, and I'm like, oh my God. And the pain was like nothing I've ever experienced in my entire life. And I can't move because the pain is debilitating. I've tried to move, cannot move. I had tools in my hands, so I'm checking myself because I'm like, shit, maybe I'm impaled.
No one else on site, completely.
Nobody there. Yeah. I was literally last man in, about to leave, and first thing I did was my phone fell out my pocket while I'm falling, landed beside me, didn't break. Yeah, I don't believe in any of that.
One thing, yes.
And I called my mum straight away. I don't know why. That was my first. It sounds really daft, right? So this client, I knew her.
Right.
I'd known her for a couple of years, and we're doing this job for her. I didn't know the freaking address.
Yeah, but you don't. You know how to drive there. I don't know the address of here, but I know how to get here.
So I'm like, I don't know where to tell the ambulance to go.
Yeah, where are you? On the floor.
So I'm ringing my mum, and she answers, and I'm in so much pain I cannot form words properly. So I'm just like blabbing down the phone to her to the point where she's just like, I can't understand you. So I just hang up on her completely, and I end up texting my client, and she comes like speeding down. And
what did you put? Can you remember what you put?
No, I can't remember. Some of it's a bit of a blur.
Yeah.
The pain is
I was just thinking, what would that text? Hi, Sandra.
Yeah.
Any chance of popping? Because you don't want to be like, fuck. Any chance of swinging down? I slipped up.
But luckily for me, she was like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Living on in a mobile home while the place was being renovated.
Yeah.
So she comes. So it took 20 minutes for her to get to me. At which point she comes in and she's like, I hear her hurtle up outside. Fucking doors are left open. Yeah. She's like bringing stuff in, like blankets and that for me. So she then calls the ambulance.
Because she knows where her house is.
She knows where I am, yeah. And I knew that I wasn't bleeding or anything. So I'm like, okay, I'm not dying right now. But I'm in
pretty messed
so
up.
much pain. Like, I'm crying. I'm in.
Yeah.
Pain. And yeah, she rings an ambulance, so we're waiting, and they're like saying really daft things to her. I understand it, like the ambulance services, they must get people exaggerating things all the time. And they're like, she's saying he's fallen 4 meters off a ladder, and probably Doris has fallen off like your little thing down there, and whatever. And so they're like, oh, can you pick him up and put him in your car? And at the time, I was a bigger lad. Like I was like 105 kilos, a bit more portly than I am now, and it was. Yeah, I'm like, Rachel's like 4 foot nothing. I'm like, no, she's not going to pick me up.
She ain't going to get me in the car.
That, and I was in so much pain. It was, sorry, got my throat. And it was just mad, absolutely mad. And so I'm waiting. They're like, okay, we'll get an ambulance to you. It was a Friday night though, yeah. So there's been fights, there's been this and that. And so they're really, really busy. And it was just mad. And it was COVID still. So this is 2022, yeah. Right. The hospitals are still struggling like hell. So it took 2 hours for the ambulance to get to me. Meanwhile, I'm just lying there in pain the entire time, freezing cold. This was in January. This house had no doors or windows. I'm freezing. I'm on a concrete floor, literally freezing my tits off. And the ambulance come, and the guys walk in, and they're like, "Oh my god, actually, this is quite bad."
Yeah.
And,
shit.
Yeah, so I was telling you that. And so another ambulance came and a first responder as well. So there's 5 of them there, and they did like the whole body lift thing. They're giving me morphine. I'm on gas and air. It's amazing.
Yeah, I bet. Flying.
That stuff is good. And then get taken off to hospital. I remember I was like just laying in a corridor for ages because they were so busy. There was no beds. There was literally no beds.
Yeah, of course. Hospitals are locked down as well at that point.
Completely, yeah. So I end up having loads of X-rays and all this, and they're like, "Yeah, you've crushed 3 vertebrae completely, all in my lower back." And yeah, it was like mad from there on then. So I wasn't in hospital very long because they were worried at first that they were going to have to fuse my vertebrae. Because of how I broke it, they were going to have to fuse 7 vertebrae. Right. But they decided, actually, no, we're going to let you heal naturally, which I'm glad they did because I think fusing them would have been really, really bad.
Oh, okay. You still get pain with it now?
All the time.
Constantly still in pain?
All the time, yeah. I get really bad backache, yeah.
So how did that affect the business then? Clearly you can't work for
I said, we were just about to start this commercial project, converting this chicken shed into 10 big industrial units and a cafe and wedding venue. And so I've got clients ringing me while I'm in hospital, like, hey, I've heard you've broken your back. I'm like, yeah. Don't worry about it. Like, I can sort this out. And they're like, well, do we need to find another electrician? I'm
because give me a break. They don't give they don't give a shit. They want their job done, don't they?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's a big project. It was worth, I don't know, whatever it was, 120,000 quid or something like that. And so he's panicking, thinking I want to get tenants in because I need to start making money.
Of course, you're then panicking, going, don't not think I can't do it.
Well, yeah, mostly because I'm laid up and I don't know how long I'm going to be out of work. And how I'm going to make money, and it was just mad. So, I managed to pull it all together and got them down to site. So I was only in hospital for 2 weeks, and then I was sent home, just like highly medicated, on bed rest.
Yeah. How long did you rest for?
3 weeks.
Fuck.
I did 3 weeks, and I was like, fuck this.
So you got 5 weeks after breaking your back?
Yeah.
Are you back at work?
Yeah, I've gone back to work. Yeah, 7 days a week. Yeah.
Wow. But that's just the drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
The drive of you, but also the worry of letting people down, and we get this frustrated, letting people down, not bringing the money in, the effect it's going to have on your family, and this is the stress that people don't see and don't understand. 5 weeks after breaking your back.
Yeah.
You should have rested, I dare say, 3 months, probably longer.
Yeah, probably longer. Yeah, I had a follow-up appointment. 3 months after I did it, and I go down to Plymouth or wherever it was I went, where the spinal specialists were, and they did loads of tests on me and X-rays, this, that, and everything, and they were like, right, you're healing amazingly.
You could go back to work soon, Theo.
That's what they said. They said you could probably start integrating yourself slowly back into work.
Did you tell them?
Yeah, my mum was with me, actually. I don't know why my mum was with me.
Oh, wait, your mum's always there?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, my wife couldn't be there. She was working or something. I can't remember. Anyway, she'd come down with me. And my mum's just like looking at me.
You're like that.
and I'm like, I'm already back to work. Like, I have been for 8 weeks now. And the guy's
I bet
looking
they
at me
couldn't
like,
believe
you
it.
are mental. You're absolutely mental. How
You went,
have
I've got to.
Yeah, I mean, bear in mind, I'm at work and I'm in like a full back brace. It's
Yeah.
like a rigid spine thing. I'm strapped in as tight as I can bear it just to keep me rigid, and I'm popping codeine like there's no tomorrow. And it's just, crazy. But it was mad. So they were really happy with how I was healing and everything. And I just carried on from there. But I've been really, I will admit, I have been really bad about managing it in terms of like, what do they call it? Physio and all that. So
Oh,
I did
really?
a load of physio.
Yeah.
But then the hospital was really quick to try and get rid of you because they're overstretched. And once it stopped, I sort of stopped.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
like a lot of people do. And then I do
I'm
again.
all right now.
Yeah,
Sort of thing.
I'm cured.
Yeah.
And so I struggle with it still now. But like going to the gym and all that was a big thing for me. That helped a lot. Not only dropping weight, but just I had to strengthen my core and my back up again. When you've even lying down just for 5 weeks, big things happen to your body.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like muscle density and everything. So it's just like, going back to the gym and starting to sort of work on myself in strength was a massive thing. And
So you began to sort of build yourself back up from that.
Yeah. Because bear in mind that after the 2 weeks in the hospital, when they were like, right, we need to get you up and up, ready to go home, so we're going to do some walking with you. So I had these 2 massive porters with me, and I did 3 steps, and I was like, done. I cannot do any more. And like the next day, we did like 7. And then after that, we tried to do a staircase, and we went down a staircase, and they were like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I've really had to like struggle to do that. And I'm like, yeah, great, but we're gonna have to get the lift back up because there's not a chance in hell I'm getting up there. And it was just like, it's so strange for going, like being young and just so active and on it and always on the go to like not even being able to do simple things like that.
We
like
take it
really
for granted
hard.
sometimes. I mean, that sort of thing will open your eyes up to go, never take it for granted.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that's why I think a lot of us, we do silly things on site and you always think it's never going to be you, where the ladder slips or this happens or whatever. And one day it's gonna be.
Yeah, we've all been guilty of doing it. You're up a ladder and you reach out. I should move the ladder 2 foot.
I know.
Just quickly lean over, and we've all done it. And until something like that happens to you, and someone that is affected, you're like, oh, shit, maybe I should take 20 seconds to go down and move the ladder across.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, or tie it off, or do this, or do whatever. And it's just stupid little things. And like I said, I'm not even joking. There was me and my 3 lads, the builders and that were there. We'd all been up and down that ladder all day.
Yeah.
And I was just freaking unlucky.
Happens when you're on your own, mate.
Yeah, every time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was just so unlucky, and it just fell, and then it just led to this whole sort of other stage of my life, this other traumatic thing.
The domino effect.
Yeah.
And so the next sort of stage of your life takes a bit of a turn then, doesn't it?
Running a business is tough enough, and you don't need your bank making it worse for you. With Tide, you can open a free account in just 1 day with no hidden fees. And the best part is they have so many features that are perfect for trade businesses to ensure you get paid, from sending invoices with payment links to tracking what's being paid to taking card payments instantly on site with Tap to Pay. And honestly, I wish I had this back when I was running Unilight. So you guys have no excuses. And if you sign up using code LEGENDS, you get £50 cash back when you spend £100. Obviously, T's and C's apply.
Yeah. But where are we going?
Well, it depends if you want to go with your son and stuff. Or
So that was before that.
Was that before?
That's before, yeah.
So okay then. So I'm going to leave this to see how deep you want to go on it. But so while all that's going on, you've had the company and you've lost your money and you've built that back up and then you broke your back. So during that, do you want to tell us about that, or it's up to you, Theo, if you want to or not?
So
if you don't, it's fine. It's cool.
I love the whole. I've grown up in a big family. Big-ish. I've got 3 brothers. We're all, pretty close and all that. And, I got my daughter, I love my daughter so much, had her young. That wasn't necessarily a conscious decision. We were young and things just happened.
Yeah.
But fast forward another 2 years and we were, we got to that position again, and my wife got pregnant. And, it's such a happy time in your life, massively happy time in your life. It is, even from early days, if that's something you really want. And at the time, it was something that I really wanted. Like, I really, really wanted it. And, you go to your 12-week scan, you get your pictures, and you do all this stuff, and it's all so positive. And
excitement.
You've fallen in love with something long before you've even.
Was this
met it.
planned?
I don't know. I think so.
Because you said obviously your daughter.
Yeah.
Your daughter wasn't planned.
No.
Okay, but it just happened. So 9 times out of 10, the second pregnancy is okay.
I think it was
we're
like
in
it
the
was on
right
the
sort
cards.
of place. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah. If we weren't that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it was.
But then what happened, and you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so you're going through all that, and the whole pregnancy thing is amazing, and we've already got Sophia, and she's 2, and she's so just quirky and full of life, and like, oh my god, like I want that again. I loved all this, and so we went to our 20-week scan, and that's like the big one. This is, you're finding out your sex of your baby, or if you want to, and you're finding out all these things. You're going to know a rough due date and all this. And they were like, they came in and they were like, yeah, we've something's not quite right. We want to send you for another scan, so we've booked you in up in Bristol in 2 weeks' time. So if you're okay, we go up there and do that. So we did. So at this point, we don't really know what's going on.
Not saying a lot.
No, we didn't have a clue what.
Just
what
need
the
a
crack
checkup,
was.
sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's all we thought it was. We were like, okay, maybe just a little bit big, or this or that, and so we go up there, and again, completely still unaware, and they've done the scans and they've done some tests and come in and they're like, yeah, look, your little boy's kidneys haven't formed properly, so he's probably not going to survive the pregnancy.
Oh God.
And it was really shit. And it hit hard home, like, straight away. And
you would have had no inkling.
We had no idea. That's what.
So it was
upset us the
completely
most.
out the blue.
Just like your whole fucking world just comes crashing down straight away, because you, at this point, like I said, you're completely in love with the idea, and something that you felt moving.
You're 20 weeks in. You're past those early stages where people have concerns, worries.
Exactly.
I've got kids.
You're in the
I've
clear.
recently had a couple of grandkids, and once you're through those, that 16-week period, or everything that's you think it could possibly go wrong is we're all right now.
You're telling people.
Yeah.
All right. People are fully aware you're having another baby, and everything that goes with that, and it's all really positive.
Yeah.
And it's just come in horrible, just like that immediately. And they basically told us that, he probably won't survive the pregnancy. If he does, he'll be on dialysis his entire life.
Shit.
And it was like, oh my God, this is just horrendous. And we had to make a choice. They gave us all the facts, and they gave us some solid advice as well. And they were like, you need to make a choice whether you want to carry on with this.
And how far gone was she?
So it was
22
weeks.
22 weeks.
Point.
So
yeah. So he was a reasonable size.
Yeah.
A fully perfectly formed baby.
Yeah.
Just small.
Yeah.
Right. And they just like I said, they give you some pretty solid advice, and because they want you to make the best decision for you, ultimately, and for him, and we obviously ended up choosing that as probably the best thing to do, and it's fucking hard to choose to do that to terminate the pregnancy, and like it's just mad. Like you feel like it's just you're choosing to end something that's just that you want so bad.
Yeah.
And it was just horrendous. So a week later, we went to the hospital when it all sort of happened. Sort of planned termination. It's completely different to a termination.
I can't even begin to think of that point where you've made that decision, then you're going to go through with your decision?
Yeah. I'll be honest, that week, I don't remember it at all. Like, leading up to it, I really, it's just like a complete blank spot in my mind. I don't really remember any of that. Obviously, I remember being there when it all happened. You know, they give you some pills or whatever, and you sort of go through the motions of it all. And because of how far along you are, you know, she has to essentially give birth to it. And it's just fucking savage.
Yeah, it's, you know, I can't even begin to think how it is. But you done that for the right, as bad
We
as
did
it
it,
is,
yeah,
you
we-
did it for the
we-
right reasons.
Yeah, we chose to do it because, you know, ultimately it would have, you know, he'd have had no way of life at all.
Yeah.
It would have been horrible,
Yeah.
you know, being on dialysis all your life. It would have affected my daughter's life.
Yeah,
And obviously mine and my wife's lives massively. So we chose to do what we did because it was probably the best thing for everybody.
Yeah.
But it just, you know, it doesn't make it any easier.
No,
And it's
not at
like,
all.
You know, like that. I'll be honest with you, ever since it's happened, I've never spoken about this, like, ever, with anybody. Obviously my mum knows,
Yeah.
and my brothers, and I think 2 other people, obviously my ex-wife,
Yeah.
but yeah, 2 other people in my life know, like, the full shebang. Because I think so many people judge you for it as well, and everything else, and it's like, I don't think they appreciate, like, unless you're in that situation, it's like,
There's no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
You deal with that how you deal with it. If you want to tell people, if you don't, it's a massive personal thing. And like you said, you've never spoken about it, and that's why I didn't want to push you into whatever, and we spoke off camera about where you wanted to go with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes speaking about things can help. I know it's a massive cliche to say,
Yeah.
but I don't want to dwell on it too much because I know it's upsetting. But you,
I'm doing pretty well so far.
but then it allows you. Then you said before we started that it allowed you to speak to someone within a job, and that helped that person.
Yeah, so it's like we don't talk. I've never spoken about it. I just bottled it up for so long and just kept it under wraps. And even now I do. I really never talk about it unless it's someone that's really, really close to me. I might, you know, but even then, like I said, I don't go into the full details. I just say I've lost my son.
Yeah.
And like that's where I leave it. And but I was on a site and one of the guys who worked for me went through it, basically lost his little boy. And I spoke to him about it, and there was other lads in there.
Was it just like a lunchtime?
Yeah, lunchtime. Yeah, it all came up. You know, he'd mentioned to me, like I say, he worked for me. He'd mentioned it had happened, and you know, it came up, and I think all 5 of us had been through something similar.
Yeah,
but none of us knew. No, we didn't know until
people
that
took
moment.
trauma away, don't they? Like that.
Yeah.
That's a massive traumatic.
Yeah.
Huge. One of, if not the worst thing that you would have to go through as a parent and whatnot. And you cope with it a different way. You took that away, but then all of a sudden you've seen this lad at work, and you know that was the right time to then open up a little. I don't know what you said to him from your side, but you can, if you could help him, it sort of, stop me if I'm wrong, maybe made you feel there was
it was definitely a way of me
good,
venting.
Yeah,
at that
something
point,
good coming from it that you could help someone out.
Yeah, you know, that was probably like maybe 4 or 5 years after it had happened. I lost Lucas, and it was just, I don't know, I don't think I'd really spoken about it at that point at all to anyone, and it's just like, yeah, I still haven't fully processed it. It's just like,
I don't think you ever will, mate.
Yeah.
Will you?
I don't know.
And probably, I can't put myself in your shoes, but maybe you don't want to completely process it because that's like it.
Yeah.
You're
doesn't-
done.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be done. I don't know. I just from my view and yeah, it's
It's
a tough one to live with.
It is tough, and like, you know, it doesn't get any easier. Like, I've got, you know, I love them to bits, but I've got like friends that are having kids now, and all that, and there's so many other things, and it just makes it so fucking hard because it's like
It's triggers, isn't it?
yeah, it is, man. Yeah,
It is triggers, and it's.
And like my brother, you know, he's got a little boy, yeah? And I fucking love him to bits. I really do. And it's
Yeah.
just like I really put the effort in with him because I feel like I'm living like
Yeah,
my life
living
I could
through
have
him.
had. Yeah, totally. It's so fucked
But
up.
there's
It's
nothing
like-
wrong with that. There's nothing wrong at all with that. So don't beat yourself up for feeling like that. And if that gives you, I'm sure your brother would say exactly the same thing. If that makes it easier for you, then fucking do
Yeah.
what you need to do. There's no right or wrong way, Theo, is there?
I don't know.
No, there can't be.
Right.
There can't be. No one can tell someone how they should be when that massive traumatic event happens. You do your own thing, you know.
Yeah.
I've lost a parent, and me and my sister, she dealt with it one way, I dealt with it the other, and people would say to me, "That's your way of dealing with it."
Yeah.
You know, it's a massively shit thing to happen.
Yeah.
To put it sort of
Yeah.
bluntly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. You speaking to that lad on that site and giving him a little bit of comfort in it's not just him.
Yeah.
Because, like you've said to me before, it's not just. Don't get me wrong. This can't be taken out of context in any way. The women suffer, and the husbands and partners suffer as well. And like you said to me, it's like I don't know how to word this without.
I do feel like...
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, yeah. Like, I don't know. We the blokes don't talk about it as much.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get talked about as much. You know?
And that
It's
probably
like-
goes on to you bottling up the problems at work at the time. You dealt with them.
Yeah.
You
deal with it,
So
yeah.
like with this, which is a massive thing to deal with, and you.
Well, yeah, you know, I was 20... Was it... Yeah, I would have been like 24.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, just, you know...
And while that's all going on, you've got your work stuff
Yeah,
going on.
I'm
and
busy with work. You
you've
know,
got
that's
massively-
what was so upsetting. So it's not like you've had this catastrophic event that's happened, yeah. Blink of an eye, you know, something that is beautiful and happening suddenly isn't happening. But you've told friends, family,
Yeah.
clients, you know, at this point I'm still doing my domestic work and all that, you know, fully integrated in that sort of world. And, you know,
They're going, Theo, how's the wife
I
doing?
make great relationships with people. I always do. I like to treat my clients like more than a client, you know, and make good relationships. And yeah, so then for probably the next year and a half, when you're going back to
Yeah,
project,
of
you're just being
course.
asked constantly,
How's the little one?
and it's just fucking
Yeah.
horrendous. It's just never ending. It was like this cycle of.
And your brain, as soon as that, I bet you know it's coming as well.
Well, you get a proper brain fog then as well.
Yeah,
Like you're there
done.
to do a job, and
Yeah.
you just can't do it. It just completely like isolates you, and yeah, it just like I've had it. This is why I want to speak about it now, really, like because I've been really struggling with it in the last maybe like 4 months, 5 months.
Right,
I don't
okay.
know why. I really don't know why, but it's just plays on my mind so much more. And yeah, I just
So what year was this? How long ago was that?
so that was in 9th of May 2018.
Okay, so yeah,
It's a while ago.
Yeah,
seven
Yeah.
and a half years ago.
So, but it's time to process things, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the time, it devours you, takes you all in. I'm only speaking from
Yeah,
grief I've had, but
Yeah.
that time devours you in, and you, that year or so is you just getting on. You're going through the motions because you're coping. You're getting things done. Then you have that transition of going back to normality, and then it takes years for things. It took me, I remember 10, 12 years after my old man passed away,
Yeah.
I remember just breaking down because I didn't at the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like. Obviously, we were upset. You know, we got to hold him
Right.
and everything, and it's like, yeah, it was offered to us. Do you want to do that? And I made the choice.
Right.
I don't think my partner did actually. I can't remember now. But yeah, I chose. Yeah, I would like to hold him. So they take him away and they make him a bit more presentable and all that. Like I say, he's a perfectly formed little baby. I got a photograph actually. I'm not going to get out.
Yeah.
You know, I've never shown anybody that
No.
photograph. Never. Only
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Don't.
It's like, yeah, and yeah, just I don't know. It's just in that moment, it just seems so weird. I don't know. I've definitely got like some stuff I need to deal with. because of it all.
Yeah,
But-
you will have. It's
Yeah.
it's not a
But it's just so easy, I think, as a man,
Yeah.
just to say, I'd be right. And
go and not go and see someone, but
yeah, I'd probably
just
do, mate.
you know, as a mate talking to a mate, then you know it's probably worth speaking to someone completely.
Yeah, neutral. And,
Yeah, and I'm sure you've been told that a few times, but
yeah.
you know, I would say, especially now, if the last 5 or 6 months or so, it's beginning to become a thing.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
you're probably
what I
ready.
think it
like,
is, like-
you speaking on this, I think you're ready to.
Yeah.
Not
I'm looking at my future now.
Yeah,
All right, but, you know, my marriage ended, you know, just over a year ago, and whatever else, and I'm looking at the future and what I want,
yeah,
and you know, other things, and
yeah.
that's something I want again, and it just
you've got to
brings
process
it all
that,
back up,
mate.
and it's just mad, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's that transition of, you know, your marriage ending and you looking forward, going right. There is going to come a time I'm going to get with someone else. You know what's going to, you know, without sort of spelling it out. So I think you need to address.
Yeah.
It's finding the right word. Do you know what I mean? I think you're ready to talk it through.
Yeah,
I think it'll
definitely.
help
Like,
massively.
But I've been so bad at that, man. Like about everything, like
Yeah.
all these work stresses, the financial stresses, and I just bottled all of it up the whole way.
Yeah.
And I just think I can't do that anymore. You know, it's like
it will just chip away at you, won't it? And it'll make you just constantly doubt yourself with the things that you want to do. Because
and it holds you back as well.
I was just going to say that, but I'd stop myself from saying it because I didn't want to.
It does hold you back.
Yeah.
You I don't know. Like I'm pretty open emotionally, like I am.
But it's good to be.
Yeah, but like I just, for some reason, some things I just, don't know, just completely hide it away.
I would say if I'm going to get you back on here in a year's time, just to sort of reflect and to see where you're at, because I think in the next year, having had this conversation in a open sort of seat, if you like, letting it out to people who are going to know you and going to listen to your story, and people who will know you quite well and not know that side of it.
Yeah.
I think it will be quite good for you. And in a year's time, when we get you back here, you'll be like, you know what, it's...
Yeah. I've been speaking to a friend all the way up here about it, because I knew, you know, we'd spoken about what we were going to talk about to a certain extent, and, you know, it's always, don't get me wrong, like this isn't a planned conversation, you know. It's like, you know, Mark does his research and he gets to understand you and he wants to know things about you so we can have a decent conversation.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was something I mentioned, one, because I felt like I wanted to talk about it, and you were really good about it. You were like, look, we'll only go there if you want to go there.
Yeah.
And if it flows and comes into conversation and whatever else. So it's like, but I've been fucking nervous as hell about it.
I think that's because you want to, I think you've wanted to. When we spoke a few weeks ago about it, and we managed to pin you down to get you to come on, and you said
Force
that,
my hand.
I want to speak about a few things, and so even that a few weeks ago, you was ready. I just hope this has, you know, helped a little bit of just opening the door. I just
want people to know, like, you know, obviously for not just for guys, but obviously I'm aiming this at guys because I think perhaps we are crap at talking about shit. Like, just don't, like, I guarantee if you're on a site and you work for 20 other men, 2 other men, whatever, they'll have been through something similar. Yeah. Like, it's so common. It's so common. I didn't realise until, like, I had that conversation 4 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah. And it's like, so, you know, and in fact, I won't go into it, but like people who work closely with me even now have been through similar stuff. And
it happens a lot, and unless you talk about it, obviously clearly people won't know. But the industry we're in as tradespeople, yes, we're these big birdie blokes and we crack on and we do this, but there's softer sides to us that will go, do you know what? Fuck work this afternoon.
Yeah.
Just sit in the canteen, Theo, and fuck it. You know, if the gaffer couldn't fuck off, mate,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just having a chat.
Yeah.
And we need this chat.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people out there now pushing for the mental health side in the industry. We've had on the tools the Lost City campaign on here, and we've had various people on here. Joe, you know, Scree Pappy's on. We had Brandy Boy Sammy on last week, and her battles with anxiety.
Yeah.
And as an industry within the construction trades, we are massively changing. Not enough yet, but we are on that cusp of changing and sort of going. And it's down to people like you, Theo, that come on here and open up. And the people that are watching are going, it's all right. If those people that we see, without being, you know, egotistical, those people we see on YouTube and Instagram and the people that we follow are having the struggles, then if they're talking about it on a podcast, then I'm going to speak to
That's the thing.
my mate at
like,
work.
you know, with like the whole social media thing, it's like, I just feel like I've put a face on. Like, don't get me wrong, I've not been taking it very seriously for very long, but you do. You just put a face on. Like, I'll wake up some days and I'll feel so bad because it's like playing on my mind. But I just like, I don't know. Some people are really brave and like really open with just their whole life, with their whole social media, and just talk about everything. But yeah, I don't know.
Some people are like that, and some people are, but you won't be like that because of we reflected back on you with your business, the way you run your business, and the way you stopped people, you know, your family knowing about the issues at work. So you are quite that private person.
I just think I'm, and probably as a result of those things as well. Like, you know, I've pulled myself out of some horrific situations, breaking your back, being physically incapable of doing stuff, and I've like challenged myself at every single step of that way and done things that I've been told I will not be able to do. They told me I would not lift weights. They told me I would not run. I do both of those things, you know, and I just feel like I can get my way out of everything, and I think that's something I can't on my own. And
that's, you know,
it's taken me this long to realise that.
Yeah, no, you are.
Like,
you're a battler, and you get through it, like you say, with the you found a way out of the issues with the money and stuff, and like you say, breaking your back, and 5 weeks later at work, and you know, and I think now is you've battled through them, and I think now you can get through the opening up a little bit about that, and getting ready for that next phase of your life that you've touched on, because you know where you want to go with it, and you, like I say, in a year's time we'll have you here and you'll literally go, remember that I said to you a year ago. Don't credit to you for everything that you've done in that side of it, because, you know, be proud of how you've coped with the work side, the injury side, and also, you know, with the loss, you know. You know.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
There we go. No. But, mate, honestly, there is so much more to talk about, but this is why I'm going to get you back. We've got a lot more to talk about, you know, half the stuff. But I wanted to get, I know you wanted to talk about a lot of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just glad you could, and I hope it's helped. I think it will have done. But it's just given people a little bit of an insight into you.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more, you know. You've gone on to do a lot. You know, we've looked at the stuff that's been sort of traumas, but you've also gone on a lot, you know.
Yeah, there's been a lot of positives, obviously.
Massive positives.
Yeah.
That we could go on, but I am going to get you back in to go through that side of it, because I don't want it to just be
I know,
that. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a lot more. But no, so just coming towards the end of it now, then, if you could give anyone a little bit of advice, either coming into business and setting up and safeguarding themselves, or even the mental health side and talking to people.
Yeah.
You know, what would you say?
Like, with all of it, just like, ultimately, even if you're a sole trader and you work on your own, it doesn't matter. You're still around other people. Yeah, you're around other trades. Tracy will work with on a regular basis, like you work with, you know, Dave.
Dave, work with Dave a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot. So,
and we talk about everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
And,
it.
and I
And
know
it's
I can
like-
lean on him, and
Yeah.
you build them rapport. Even people that you've met via the social media scene. I've got, I'm really good mates with like Gav and Liam the plumber,
Yeah.
and we've met through the internet. Remember
Yeah.
years ago they said never speak to people on the internet. Now that's all we do. But yeah, your work colleagues, you can lean on them a bit more
Yeah.
than I think we think that you can.
I think so. Like, because like I said, whether it's a physical problem, an emotional problem, a financial problem, whatever it is, I guarantee they'll have been through something similar. It might not be on the same scale or whatever, but just like, I don't know, don't keep anything to yourself because it's just fucking eats away at you. And like, yeah, doesn't get any easier. Don't get any easier.
No, it don't.
Yeah.
It don't. But you're ready now to go into the next bit. What's the plan then, business wise? Because I know you've scaled down massively back to it's just you and
Just me and one guy, yeah, Chris.
do you have plans to go again or not? Like you said, you're not going to take jobs
don't
on
know.
over £500,000.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know? The thing is, I'm hungry still. I love it.
I think when you're back here, you'll go, Mark, I said there was me and what's his fella?
Chris.
You and Chris. You'll be going, yeah, but it was me and Chris, and then we left here, and then they've got a contract coming, and then all of a sudden, which is, but you're that sort of go-getter. I openly always said I'm a sole trader. I have no sort of ideas of growing my business because I'm happy doing that, and I don't want the stress and the headache that you've alluded to that comes with massively upscaling a business.
Yeah.
I know that's for some people. It's not for me.
Yeah.
But I think you had a taste of it and you can manage it and you are very good at it.
Do you know what? I have, and like I do. So I still do massive projects, but I just do them for other people.
Yeah.
And I've got myself. Sorry, I know you're trying to like cut off.
No,
It's like,
I'm
shut
good.
up, Theo. Jesus Christ. But it's like, I still do these huge projects worth millions of pounds, but I just run them for other people.
Yeah. So the risk isn't on you.
No, there's still, there's obviously, a certain element, there's incentives, obviously, for me to do well. And I do think that I do it well. And I'm good at pricing. I was told by loads of people I was destined to be an estimator.
Really?
Because I'm just good at pricing a job.
Yeah.
I'm not an office worker though.
I couldn't think of anything worse than doing
literally.
that. But like you said, you learn how to do that. And I can walk into someone's bathroom and you'll know roughly where you're going to be at.
Yeah.
And like that, you learn it over the years of going, you can look at a drawing or look at a job and go, you're going to be there. And I bet it is within a percentage of where that's going to be.
Yeah.
Because that's what we learn, don't we? We go, it's like, I sort of see it in, like in the Terminator when he looks at someone, it's like,
Yeah.
I know where I'm at.
Yeah. I'm totally like that. My mind just works in weird ways, and I can, like, I price like jobs against massive companies, and we'll all be within. You're talking like 400,000 or 500,000 quid, and we'll all be within £6,000 of each other.
That's where
You've
you're
all
on the
come
money.
to the same result.
Yeah. If you was
And
100 grand off,
Yeah.
you go, hang on.
Yeah, and it's like, it's mad. At the same time, I've priced work before where I'm told I'm way off, and I'm
What,
not
higher or lower?
higher.
Right.
Right, but again, the companies I'm pricing against are like big outfits, big overheads.
They can chuck blokes on it, the lot, yeah.
But that was in a time when work was a bit quiet, and companies buy work, and they do, and that's a bad decision. I'm sorry, you're better off having your lads doing nothing than losing money.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I was a job that was worth, I don't know, 190,000 quid, I think. And this bigger company, this was basically in the town next to me, this big project, and a company, and they're like an hour and a half away.
Right.
They were half my price. Yeah.
But that makes you go, have I royally fucked up, or have they? Because someone's out.
I was adamant. I was pretty confident. They came back to me and said, look, they didn't tell me figures. They were like, can you reprice it? You're a bit high, and I did, and I probably managed to take it down by like 12,000 quid just by tweaking certain materials or where I'm buying it from, and just simple things that I don't necessarily go in hard on at the beginning until you get a job.
Yeah.
And And they were like, yeah, you're still £70,000 more. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How is that physically possible? And they're like, yeah, you need to come down to this. I'm like, no.
Yeah, literally
Why
can't.
would- why would I
but
do
like you
it?
say, they'll be doing it for literally just to keep the
Keep
lights
people
on.
busy.
Yeah, keep people busy. Not making any money, just
Yeah.
turnover.
You're just a busy fool, though. Why would you do
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
We've
yeah,
all been there. When I first went self-employed, I wasn't charging nearly enough money.
yeah,
I was working every hour under the sun.
yeah.
And all you're doing, really, is pleasing other people.
Yeah, everyone else is winning off you.
So many people think, right, you go self-employed, that's it, this is great, I work for myself. You don't. You've suddenly gone from working for one person to working for 500
Yeah,
people.
working for everyone
That's
else.
all it is. You like,
Yeah.
It's like,
You can't. There's a lot to be said with that. A lot of people undervalue what they do just to
Yeah.
keep ticking over.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the same. I will go, I'm not working. Oh, so-and-so will do it for this. Let them do it. I'd rather sit at home than, part of it's pride, but part of it is knowing your self-worth
Absolutely.
and exactly what you are worth as a plumber, electrician, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah.
Rather sit at home.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And that goes for everything, like work, and also in like the whole social media world thing.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing your worth.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, knowing your worth. I've literally had a phone call with someone today about knowing their worth on social media. They're willing to do something for a brand for nothing. I'm like, mate, you are worth.
Whatever.
Mate, I can get. That's part two. Right, Theo, absolutely loved having you on. Hope it's helped you a little bit.
Yeah.
As a friend to a friend, go and have a tour.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think you're at the right.
Yeah,
Not that I know that I'm a wow, but just the way you've
I think the
spoken
fact
about
that
it.
it is something I'm thinking consciously about more. It's like, yes, I definitely need to like vocalize this with someone.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
And I think you'll be massively. You don't want to offload it. You're not offloading that. You're sharing that to make you be able to move to the next part of your life
Yeah.
happily.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Because it'll only have a negative impact otherwise. And it's like, if you're not, happy in yourself and everything else, it's just, like I say, it's just going to hold you back. And so, yeah.
No, when you come back on, mate, you'll be a different. You'll be the same bloke, but you'll be in a different place. Thanks for coming on.
No problem at all.
Enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem, mate. The door is always open. As I say to every guest that comes on, the door's always open. Whenever you pass in, swing in, we can have a chat.
Yeah.
What I am going to try and do is, over the next few months, get people who have been on back, like have you, Buddy, Dave Bishop, Kimmy, whatever. Just get a load of people on and just have a crack. Go, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
Just shoot the breeze sort of thing. Because those sort of chats are a good laugh as well.
Yeah, of course
So,
they are, yeah.
so we know you now. So now we're all good as gold. But no, thanks for coming on, mate. Enjoyed it a lot, and we'll see you very soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice one. Cheers, Theo. Cheers, buddy.